So a lot of people think that, Islamic finance is about what you can do and what you cannot do. So this is a normal conceptions about what Islamic finance is all about. As a matter of fact, what we are trying to achieve in Islamic finance is that it's a brand new system, and a system that promote what we call as justice, fairness, and also opportunity for people to have a better life. Let me explain to you what exactly I mean about all this. For instance, if you really want to live in this world, you need to have an ecosystem. So generally, the ecosystem consists of finance, consists of education, consists of science and technology, and so on and so forth. And there's the ecosystem supposed to be favorable to you. Okay. So the first question that people ask yourself is that, what is wrong with the conventional finance? Is that not favorable to us? Don't we see development with the conventional finance? The answer is, yes, you can see progress, you can see development, and you can see, for example, things get better, technology gets better, so on and so forth. But the question that we're asking ourselves is that, is it going to be fair to everyone? Is it basically, when I talk about fair, does not mean that everyone earn the same amount of money. Whenever I say fair, is that you are basically, being granted equal opportunity, greater access, and so on and so forth. So for those who are actually new to Islamic finance, even though people think that Islamic finance is a rule-based, but for me, my definition of Islamic finance is a system that create opportunity, a system that trying to promote transparency, and more importantly, a system that basically based on trust. Today, people are quite skeptical about the system that we have because they don't feel that their life is getting better. So if they get into Islamic finance, or they support Islamic finance, and perhaps Islamic finance get bigger and bigger, then you can probably see the impact of Islamic finance is much more holistic manner. For those who are people who are skeptical, I do understand their frustration. A lot of people think that this is much similar to what conventional is doing. Some people call it profit, some people call it interest, and so on and so forth. But if you really look at the bigger perspective, the conventional finance require almost 300 or 200 years of evolution to be where we are at this point of time. So you need to give Islamic finance opportunity. All right. And we are only about 3% right now of the global market size. And you are trying to compete against 97%. So to come up with a brand new system, you're probably gonna take some time. So eventually what we are talking about is that Islamic finance is an evolution. And even within that evolution, we are trying to make things better by not permitting speculative investment, trying to promote fairness, trying to promote social finance, and so on and so forth. So my argument here right now is that, you need to give time, we need to create greater demand, and also we need to create greater supply, and eventually the system should be evolved and become better. People who are expert in finance, what we are trying to say here is that we are not trying to dismantle the entire system. We are just trying to find the weakness, and we are trying to fill those gaps by pushing better solutions. And we feel eventually as Islamic finance grow further, when the market demand get larger and we are able to push a greater number of products into the market, and we can show actually the impact of Islamic finance. So this is not saying that, okay, we're going to dismantle the whole system and try to create one. It does not going to happen that way. We will basically exist parallelly, and eventually evolve and improve and grow until people trust Islamic finance even more, and people embrace it because they feel that it's better. Then the proof of concept will be accepted globally. So that's what we are trying to do with Islamic finance. Yeah.